Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Data Structures and Algorithm in Python course. In today's lecture, we'll see how we can implement queue using stacks. So, to do that, let's say how stack works. So, in the previous example, we have seen how we can implement stack using queue. In this example, we'll see how we can implement queue using stack. So, let's say I have three items, right? One, two, and three. Okay. Now, let's say I put this in the queue. So, what will happen if I append one? So one will be here, right? Then if I append two, so two will be here. But in stack, what happens if I push one, one will be here. Then if I push two, so two will be in the pop. Now let's say at this moment I want to remove the peak element. I want to remove the peak element. Then here what will be the output? Output will be two, right? But I want one, right? But how queue works? In queue, whatever added the first, that will be removed first, right? That is called first in first out, FIFO, right? Now to achieve this functionality, how we can do this? Let's say I have a stack, but I want. So let's say this is our stack. Okay, so we have some element 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's say I want to add first one. Okay, then what we'll do? I'll just simply add one. Okay, simply add one here. Now one is done. One is done. Okay, then if I add 2, so if I now add 2 here. Okay, now if I add 2 here, so what will happen? 2 will in the peak, right? 2 will be in the peak. But if we imagine q, so first if we put 1 here, so 1 will be in the front, right? 1 will be in the front, then 2 will be there, right? So now if I call pop method, so I expect 1 to be removed. I expect 1 to be removed. That means whatever I added first, that should be in the peak. That should be in the peak. But here it is not possible. So that means what I want, when I add 2 here, I expect 2 should be here, 1 should be here. 2 should be here, 1 should be here. Previously 1 was here, 2 was here, right? If we add 2 here, 2 will be here, 1 will be here, right? But I expect 1 to be at the top. How to do that? How to do that? How to do that? How to do like this? To do this, we'll take another stack. We'll take another stack. So initially, let's say it was 1. Okay, we'll take another stack. So before pushing any element, what I do will be pop the items from this stack one by one. Let's say this is stack 2. Before pushing any element, will be pop the element one by one from the stack and put it here. Put it here. Right. So first what we'll do. So before pushing 2, so 1 is there, right? Only 1 is there. So we'll be popping this one and place it here. Okay, place it here. Now in this stack 2, 1 is there. Now we'll add 2 here. Okay, we'll add 2 here. Then what is the next thing? Whatever element we have popped from here and appended here will be again pop from the stack 2 and put it in the stack again. So what we'll do, we'll pop the item one by one from here and put it here. Okay. Now we got the expected result, right? So 1 is in the front, then 2 is behind 1, right? So here you can see if it is a queue, so one whatever added first, that will be in the top. Now if I call pop method, 1 will be our output, right? So that's how it is, the stack behaving like a queue. But to do this, we'll use another stack, right? So now 2 is done. Now let's say I want to add 3. Now let's say I want to add 3. Now before appending, what we do, first we'll pop the items one by one. First I will pop the items one by one. So 1 and put it here. Okay, 1 is here. Now again I'll pop this one and put it here. Okay, means we have to empty the stack. We have to first empty the stack. Okay, when the stack is empty, Now let's put 3 here. Now let's put 3 here. Okay, 3 is done. 3 is appended. Okay, then what do you do? Then again from this stack 2 we'll be popping the items one by one. So 2, then append here. Okay, then again 1, then append here. Okay, now the stack 2 is empty, operation is over. Now what is the next element? Next element is 4, right? Next element is 4. Next element is 4. Now before before pushing 4, what do we have to do? We have to empty this stack, right? So we'll be popping this one from here, popping the one from here. Okay, then place it here. Okay, one is placed in the stack. Then again pop 2 and place it here. Okay, then again pop 3, place it here. Now is the stack empty? Yes, right? Then what we'll do? We'll push the 4 here. Okay, then we'll pop the items from the stack to one by one, then put it here. Then again pop the item from stack 2, put it here. Again pop the item from stack 2 and put it here. Now you can see if it is a queue, and we have to add item like this order. So first one will be added, right? Then 2 will be added, then 3 will be added, then 4 will be added, right? Now if I call pop left method one by one, first one will be removed. Now from here also if we call pop method, so first one will be removed, then here second 2 will be removed, from here also secondly 2 will be removed, then 3 will be removed, here also 3 will be removed, here 4 will be removed, here also 4 will be removed. Now you can say the stack is behaving like a queue, right? So to implement queue using stack, we have to take help of another stack, right? Another stack. So let's write the code for this. So to do this, first what we have to do, we have to declare a stack, right? What st equals to, so you can use dec or you can use empty array, right? So let's say this time I'm taking empty array. Okay, then self dot, we have to take another stack, right? So let's name it as st2. Okay, then this is also empty list. Okay, now the push method. Now to push element, what we have to do, first we have to empty the whole stack, right? st1. Let's say I want to add 1 here in the st. So what I have to do, first I have to empty the stack, right? Empty the all the elements, right? So to do that, what we have to do, we can run a for loop or we can run a while loop. Let's say this time we run while loop. While, what do you have to check? While self dot st is not empty, right? Then what you do, so we'll be removing the item one by one. So self dot st dot pop pop the element one by one, and whatever element we have popped from here will be appending this, in uh, self, yeah, will be appending this self dot st2 dot append, right? So this is done. First we'll be remove all the items from st2 and push it in the stack 2, right? We'll be removing all the elements from st1, then we'll be putting in st2. Then what we'll do, then when the stack is empty, we'll be pushing the element that we want to push, right? Here it is x, where it is x. So now just write self dot st dot append and append x here, right? Then x is added. Then what is the next step? We have to empty the stack 2, right? Whatever element present in stack 2, we have to push it again in the stack 1. So while self dot st2 is not empty, we have to do self dot st dot append self dot st2 dot pop, right? We have to pop element one by one and push it here. Okay, does push returns anything? Does push means return anything? No, right? So there we don't have to return. Okay, now to pop item, what do you have to do? So we have converted this tag into queue, right? Then whatever element in the top, that will be our result, right? When we pop, that will be our output. So to pop, we have to return self.st dot st of minus, sorry, dot pop, right? So here also it will be self. Okay, it will be there. Now peak. What will be the peak method? Peak method will be self dot st of last element, right? That will be our peak element. And empty, how we can check empty? Return self dot. So we have to check if the length is a 0 or not. So we have to check length of self dot st equals to 0, right? It is equals to 0. Or we can simply check like this, where we have check like this. So we have to write a not self dot st2, right? Let's run this. Let's check this if all is correct. Okay, spelling mistake. Yeah, self. Okay, I think now this is good. Okay, let's see. Yes, it is accepted. Now let's submit this. Yeah, it is accepted. So that's how we can implement stack using queue and queue using stack. I hope now you have understood.